My name, Gammom David Guinn. I'm a lawyer, litigator, criminal. Prosecutors, once they, pit bull, once they link onto it, then it's, it's stats, it's promotions, it's looking good in court. Mr. Burke was asked me about, I believe he had been told that I had dismissed a case mid-trial, and I had done that a few times. One, I was prosecuting this juvenile for burglary. And about mid-trial, I started thinking, I didn't think beyond a reasonable doubt that he did it. Well, why should I continue? So I just stood up and dismissed it. And I said, Judge, in front of the jury, I said, Judge, I don't know that I believe it. Now, how can I ask the jury to believe it? But I'll tell you what, I felt damn good that night that I hadn't gotten so wrapped up in myself, my ego, and my, trying to win, that I was able to see, past the end of my nose into what was right. I explained to him, you've got to get it through your skull. Cops lie. Cops are like anybody else. Cops tell lies based on their perspective, their training, what they think they have to do to make the case. They feel like, oh, he did it, but they think maybe they need to bolster or change a little to make it easier to convict him. And you need to watch your officers. I used to send back reports and refuse to file on some officers because I knew they were just lying always. When these police officers are obvious, it's on the witness stand, they've just committed perjury, the judge knows it, the jury knows it, and everyone else in the room knows it, they need to be sanctioned. And they don't get sanctioned, okay? That's just, well, they caught us, it's like we're virtuous to lie, and so if we get caught, well, we went out into battle and we just, we lost, but they think it's okay to lie. I think sanctions is, okay, you want to stay in this job as a police officer, then you work 30 days at a desk, no pay, something. So they have incentive. We catch you lying. Justice is the most important. We catch you lying, you're going to regret it. But there is nothing like that right now. A DA that lets somebody get incarcerated needs to be incarcerated. Let somebody get on probation, they ought to be on probation. These are wrongful, acts on the DA's part, or they know they're not really guilty. But like, God, a capital crime? What they did was worse than a capital crime. Because for no reason, you just might as well have shot the guy. Personally, I think we ought to do away with it. It is irreversible. I don't know that I want to know if my clients are guilty or innocent. Most of the people I represent, I believe, are guilty, okay? But that is so irreversible. And things can happen. Morton got out after those years. What if he had been on death row and got put to death? What do you tell his family? It should, but it's not. Once I was around the DA's office a while, I could do that and get away with it. They weren't going to come down on me because I won a lot of cases for Bexar County. But it's not like, oh man, you did the right thing. What is rewarded and pats on the back is if you get a conviction. That's because you won. And a lot of people think winning is everything.